All right, so let's talk about the new features for Centrify Server Suite 2016 that relate to MFA. So really important. So added support for auth OTP. Um, this means that your Google Authenticator, your FreeOTP, your YubiKey, all those or any Duo, any auth-based token is going to be supported. And basically, what you need to do on the Centrify Identity Service side, which shameless plug by the way, just today it was added to the leaders in the Gartner Magic Quadrant, right? So we're going to be able to add auth OTP for privilege elevation or server access, right? So we're going to show this as a demo in a second because I'm going to just kill two birds in one stone. The other capability is to support multi-factor authentication on Centrify AutoZone, Express Mode, and even Classic Zones. Right? I don't like Classic Zones that much, but Centrify has provided value even for organizations that continue to carry the burden of Classic Zones. Wink, wink. Anyway, so the way it has been implemented is with parameters. I like to show typically GPOs because GPOs are kind of easier to manage. So if you notice now when you look at the Centrify Direct Control settings, you're going to see an MFA settings folder, right? So under MFA, you're going to see, you're going to be able to specify the cloud URL, right? Before, if you're using zone mode, you can specify the cloud URL using just using the properties of the zone, right? So, but parameter based, right? So you can do this with GPOs. You can do this with Chef Puppet, right? So you can specify who has rescue rights. You can specify who members of which group are going to be required MFA, right? And you're going to specify, for example, that the switch has to be enabled. So very simple. Here I have a system just to do a demo. This system, if I do an AD info, what you see is the system is joining AutoZone, right? And one of the things that I've done is that in my environment, I've required the group require MFA. I've selected it for it to have multi-factor, require multi-factor login. So if I do a quick AD query, user, actually group, and then I put in the name of the group, basically you're going to see that Lisa Simpson is part of the group, right? So if I try to log in with Lisa, and this is where I'm going to show also the auth OTP capability. I actually have my phone here that I'm showing on the screen, and I am using Google Authenticator, and notice that Lisa has a particular code here. So I'm going to try to log in as Lisa. Type in her password. That's the first challenge, something you know, and I'm notorious for typing bad passwords. So the next thing is, you can pick how you're going to authenticate. In this case, notice that I set up YubiKey or auth OTP. So I can actually go and pick number 2 in this particular case, if I know how to do this. And then number 2, 874321. 874321. And notice that I'll be able to log in. And I think that Lisa is the first time is logging into this machine, and even the home directory has been created, right? So this is some cool stuff that has been added. Also, for organizations that want to deploy MFA and they want to troubleshoot it, there's a new command. So if I do a user share Centrify DC, bin ADC diag. So this command is basically like your AD check for MFA. So it goes through several checks to make sure that the machine is ready for MFA. So, really cool stuff with that. So bottom line, new platform support. Right now, Unixes are supported as well as Windows. We're going to do the Windows demo now. Um, support for Classic, Express, or AutoZone for multi-factor. All you need is Centrify Identity Service Tenant and know how to configure the parameters or GPOs, and then support for auth OTP. So I'm hoping that this video was helpful for you.